Tonight, we are going to talk about the stunning new data, images coming from the Big Bang destroying James Webb Space Telescope. I've been covering this new instrumentation that NASA built for $80 billion since its inception. It flew out into space on Christmas, December 25th, the winter solstice. They sent it a time machine to look back in time at the beginning of the universe. It has golden, six-sided mirrors. 18 of them. 18. 18 six-sided, gold-plated mirrors. What's 6 times 3? 18. 666. Six-sided. It's like double plus 6. And it's golden. Looks like a golden idol. Totally reminds me of like something Nebuchadnezzar. If he was in, space aeronautics, it would have been his ship. Anyways, they wanted to look back in time and see proof of the Big Bang, right? If we could look back in time, we know that light has a fixed, rigid speed. Thank you, Albert Einstein. You hack. We're working on a couple shirts. Me and one of my art designers. One of them is going to be Einstein, and it says hack. It's Einstein's head. Another one is Charles Darwin, and it says wrong. Those will be fun for the live shows. So Einstein said it's a speed limit. Can't break the law. Can only go so fast. Light goes so fast and no faster. And it's the thing. We know how everything works because the light speed is what it is, and this is the law of the universe. Well, that might be totally wrong. I mean, Einstein was totally wrong. He was just proven wrong with a Nobel Prize when Anton Zeilinger proved that Einstein's space-time matter theory was wrong, which we knew was wrong when he was here. And Niels Bohr was trying to stop him, but the scientific complex was behind Einstein, and it was like, we like Einstein, because he says that the universe, we know where it came from and how it all works. And even Stephen Hawking is like, Einstein said it's gravity. It's gravity. The Earth, universe, it all happens. Gravity, black holes. We all know that. Whatever. Singularity. Einstein. Well, Einstein. They were wrong. He was wrong, and he was proven wrong by Zeilinger when Zeilinger proved that the universe isn't locally real, which is what Niels Bohr was saying. Niels Bohr was like, "It's not locally real, Einstein," and Einstein was like, "It is locally real. That's all that matters. My rules." And then he tried to rectify his theory with quantum physics, which was the unified field theory, which failed, and he made up something called the cosmological constant, because he just didn't know what this thing was, and he just sucks, whatever. But he was propped up by the system as the guy, and he was wrong. Well, one of the things he proposed was light is, we know the speed of light. It's 286,000 miles per second or whatever. But we can't measure the one-way speed of light. You can't do it. Because how are you going to measure it? Hey, you go 280,000 miles away on a 33,000 mile circumference globe Earth, assuming that's what it is, and tell me when you hit go, and then we'll see how it goes. It's not going to work. Can you see the problem? The logistical problem here? You'd have to be probably close to 1 million miles away, and then have your clocks synced exactly perfect, and then you have some relativity issues there, potentially with dilation, who knows? And are you going to get the right time? We don't know. So, have we measured the one-way speed of light? And the answer is no. And the only measuring the two-way speed of light that they've really accomplished that I know of is bouncing light off of the lunar reflectors, if you believe such a thing, that NASA was on the moon and left, mirrors. I don't believe they did that. I think you could just bounce light off the moon because it's a big reflector that God made. Anyways, I did a video on that on the TikTok. So they said, you shoot a ball, you shoot a beam of light, bounce it back 2.5 seconds to the moon, speed of light's confirmed, whatever. Well, there's some thinkers, Jason Lisle in particular, young Earth creationist, astrophysicist, who I'm trying to get on the show. If anybody knows Jason, please drop a line. I need to talk to that man. We've got a lot to talk about, simulation and flat Earth and all kind of different things. And his whole James Webb deal, because he predicted this. He was the only scientist to predict this. Well, Jason Lisle came up with a theory called the anisotropic sequencing convention. I believe that's close enough. It would pass, I think, on Jeopardy if I said that and I was wrong. But his theory is that light is instantaneous in one way. And because he believes this, he thinks that the furthest reaches of the universe you're seeing in real time. Well, we're told that that's not how it works. The sun is 8 light minutes away. So if the sun went out right now, well, not now because it's midnight in Maine, but wherever the sun actually is, the sun goes out, that light's going to keep going for 8 minutes. So you're looking at the past sun. Logically, does that make sense? You're looking at the past moons 2.5 seconds ago. It's weird, right? Something wipes the moon out, and we don't know for 2.5 seconds. I don't think that happens. I'm with Jason Lisle. I think it's instantaneous. Partly, I think it's instantaneous because we're in something like a simulation. And in the game Minecraft, the Minecraft sun isn't X amount of light pixels away. It's just not. It's right there. Because the information is equidistant from the source where the information is coming from, i.e. a computer, right? In your game, your Xbox or your computer is creating where the sun is in Minecraft and where Steve is. There's no distance. Distance is an illusion in Steve's reality, right? The sun is not as far away as you think. How far is that away? It was 200,000 miles. No, it's 80 pixels, or 20 pixels, or 4,000 pixels, depending on the size of the screen that's rendering on, or buffering on, whatever. So anyways, if light is instantaneous in one way, which I think intuitively makes sense to me, then if you get in your James Webb Space Telescope on the winter solstice, and that's how they fly. It's like a jalopy. This is the Jalopy Webb Space Telescope up to space. You get this 14 billion light years, 13.5 billion light years you're looking back in time isn't actually 13.5 billion light years, which means that their theory that you were going to see the beginning of the universe would be wrong. So while we're covering this topic, one of these two things is likely true. Either light travels instantaneously in one direction, one way, which would confirm the anisotropic sequencing convention that Jason Lisle proposed. Jason Lisle predicted this thing as an astrophysicist, young Earth creationist. Can you imagine how the scientific community feels about Jason Lisle? He's a young Earth creationist astrophysicist, like the only one, at least that we know of. God bless Jason Lisle and his ministry. He makes a prediction. I think that you're going to see fully formed galaxies at 13.5 billion years. Nobody took him seriously. They fly the James Webb up. June of last year, they get the images back. Guess what they see at 13.5 billion light years? Fully formed symmetrical galaxies. What they expected to see, this is an important thing for me to detail, they expected to see space dirt or the starting of forming planetesimals, or maybe starting a sun, some sort of nuclear reaction or something that was going. And then you get enough gravity with the sun, then that attracts more particulate, that attracts more planetoids or whatever, and then eventually bolides or whatever. Then you start to get a solar system. And then you got a solar system, like that's what we're in, but then the solar system is in a bigger structure called a galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is what we're told. So that takes time, right? The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Let's just think logically, rationally. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Did it take 10 billion years for our solar system and galaxy to form? Maybe. Did it take 4 billion years? 2 billion? Pick a number, whatever, Yahtzee. Just pick we don't know. But when they looked 13.5 billion years out, they expected to see baby galaxies. Maybe not even galaxies. Baby solar systems. Little baby things. Like not full-grown, giant, massive, fully constructed galaxies, symmetrical galaxies. But that's what they saw. Okay? In June, this is what happened. And I covered it. If you haven't seen the YouTube video that I made on the Big Bang, it's probably 5, 6, 8 down there. I'm doing like one a month right now. Every 2 weeks, whatever. That's aging very well. I went off. I lost my marbles on it. I was so pissed off. I made connections between climate change and even the medical thing that was going on for the last couple of years. I didn't. They did. This is why you have to trust science. We know the Big Bang happened. We know the Big Bang happened. And this is why you have to trust science. Because climate change and vaccines and stuff, we got to trust the science. So I had a full-on VOR meltdown. So go check that one out. That's aging very well, now 9 months later. Why am I doing this today? Because something happened today. Today's December 23rd. This came out today. I'm actually hoping to catch the trending thing here with this because it's a big deal. Let me get my screen centered out a little bit more. Okay. If you remember, if you were covering this yourself or if you watched my video on this, science was going, we have to fix this. This sucks. Fully formed galaxies doesn't fit this breaks cosmology, breaks astrophysics. So I'm doing live shows and people are going, it doesn't break it, it supports the Big Bang. And Neil deGrasse Tyson's going, it doesn't break anything, the Big Bang's fine. And my TikTok video about it, I got Bill Nye, I get them confused, Neil deGrasse Tyson going, people say the Big Bang's not in trouble. He's not saying this to Joe Rogan too. The Big Bang's not in trouble. It's better than ever. It's better than ever. It's great. Everything we find just supports this thing. Look, there's no God. Everything came from nothing. We have the data. We have these numbers. We did formulas. We did math, and we guessed about the deuterium, and we get expansion rates. We know this thing. Okay, Neil, let's see a picture. You get this theory, right? This is the thought experiment. Let's say you wanted to guess how old I was. And you go, 40-ish. I think he was born in 1984. September 11th, 1984. I'm just guessing that's his birthday. I'm going to meet up with Doc Brown and get in a DeLorean. We're going to go back to January 1st, 1985. If Luke is 3 months old, 2.5 months old, whatever, everything checks out. We went to 1985. He's about 40. Everything's good. But if you went in your time machine to January 1st, 1985, and I was me, fully grown, I go, hey, Doc, and stranger in the thought experiment, how you doing? Got a beard, less hair than when I was I guess more hair than when I was a baby, but anyways, whatever. Full grown man. You'd go, well, he wasn't born in then. That's not when he was born. Or you might think of something like, maybe our time machine's broken. Or you might think of something like, this guy could have been here forever. We just don't know. You try to figure out what this is. But to say, you know what? Yeah, he was born there. He just grew up really fast in 3 months. It would be illogical. And that's a big thing that I'm running on with this platform, is I'm pointing out how illogical the standard model is. I'm pointing out how illogical everything coming from nothing is, and how things don't get better over time, and we don't have an infinite amount of universes and an infinite amount of realities, and life coming from nothing. It's a story. It's a fairy tale. Evolution is a fairy tale. Chock filled with miracles. So when somebody says to you, you believe in the Bible, it's a fairy tale. You believe in miracles and talking donkeys. Yeah, you believe in a fairy tale too. It's called evolution. You believe that a princess kisses a frog and he turns into a prince. You believe that. That's what you believe. And you believe that miracles happen. The miracle of the beginning of the universe, the miracle of life, and the miracle of things getting better over time. This is not going to be 20 minutes at this rate. We haven't read the article. Well, anyways, I'm covering this because this is exciting. This is a banner day for intelligent design and for advocates of the science of us being in a designed order. That was redundant. How can I say this better? If you believe that something created our universe, you had a good day. Okay? If you ever played stocks or whatever, and that's what it's called. That's what an adult would say about that. You play stocks and you put your money in, and then you find out that whatever, somebody went something and your stock was going to shoot up. Our stocks just went bananas today. Stock in intelligent design is at an all all-time high. I'm on a high about it. This is so exciting. We are on the right side of history. As the instrumentation gets better, they want it to further prove the standard model, and it's piecemealing it. It's shredding it apart. They're dying by 1,000 paper cuts. This thing is on life support. I've been saying it for 2 years. Kept on life support by the priests of the religion of science. The theory sucks, and it's done. And what we're going to read today is how concerned they are. We saw how concerned they were 6 months ago. Now, again, that 6 months ago, they didn't know how massive they were. They just knew that they were bigger than they thought and that they were fully formed. Like, that's already a big deal. But they were like, oh, no, instrumentation, we're going to figure this out, whatever. Well, of all the ironies, an astrophysicist, I'm sure a lovely young lady, Erica Nelson, from the University of Colorado at Boulder, which is actually Jason Lyle's alma mater. I reached out to him again today. I was hoping to have him on to talk about this. They found, there's a team of them, there's a team of she's, they found, I'm going to cover the 3 scientists, super old, massive galaxies that shouldn't exist. I said at the end of my TikTok video, I'm glad I'm not an atheist. I don't know what they're holding on to at this point. They can't figure out how the universe got here. Now the Big Bang's in trouble. They have no idea where life came from. Catastrophism, mitochondrial Eve, regenerating ribs. I mean, like, solidifying of the oceans. The lessening of the magnetic field. The amount of rescuing devices that they have to salvage their theory is intellectually dishonest. It sucks. I'm over it. Okay, here we go. News release. February 22nd, 2023. Technically, yesterday. For 20 more minutes. James Webb spots super old massive galaxies that shouldn't exist. In a new study, an international team of astrophysicists has discovered several mysterious objects hiding in images from the James Webb Space Telescope. 6 potential galaxies that emerged so early in the universe's history and are so massive they should not be possible under current cosmological theory. You're going to hear a lot of that. This is like, if this was a drinking game, it's going to be a drinking coffee game for me. Every time I read a synonym for the Big Bang is dead, take a drink. Take a drink of coffee with me. It's kind of like drinking alcohol when you're drinking coffee at midnight, caffeinated. That's where I'm at in my exciting life. I'm going to get crazy tonight. I'm going to drink midnight coffee. Be up all night. Definitely different than making yourself throw up so you can drink more alcohol. Not that I've ever done that. I didn't do it by choice. Okay. Yeah, so every time tonight I say, our theory is destroyed. Our model is done. This breaks our brains. We're roast. We're toasted. We're a roast beef sandwich. We're done. Take a drink. Here we go. This is so great. I'm going to cry. I'm so happy. Listen to this. I do debates. We've had almost 100,000, maybe more than 100,000 people in the live show over the last 3 lives. We've debated atheists. We've debated atheists after atheists, some agnostics, and there's a lot of momentum right now. It's really exciting. People want to know. They know this theory is in trouble. Well, I get people on all the time. And they go, ugh. You don't believe in the theory of evolution? We lose our wisdom teeth. We lost our wisdom teeth. Evolution. And I go, no, that's devolving. That's loss of information. You've just lost information. Show me getting wisdom teeth. Family Feud. Show me gaining tusks. Show me gaining an appendix. Show me gaining sight. Don't show me that because we have a crappy diet and we sit like this, and our jaws are going away and our teeth are falling out of our head, that's how we got here. Get out of here. So stupid. It's such It's a bad theory. Okay. Everything that's going to come along the lines. Oh, by the way, I'm working on something about the Y chromosomal tracing of human to chimp. They're done. You hear 98% the same as chimp. Well, not the mitochondrial or not the Y chromosomal DNA. That's 35%. And they can't figure out how it could have evolved so much in 6 million years. They'll figure it out, though. They got a very good political spin doctor team that operates their propaganda. Anyways. Okay. Each of the candidate galaxies may have existed at the dawn of the universe, roughly 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. So if it's 14 billion years old, you're talking about the first 28th of the life cycle, lifespan of this thing. Hopefully that math is correct. They're also gigantic, containing as many stars as the modern-day Milky Way galaxy. So our galaxy has a bazillion trillion stars, and the ones at the beginning of the carriage, beginning of the story, just as many stars. Just as many stars. Forming, multiplying, whatever. Hopefully I find it in one of these articles. They think that the Milky Way makes a star every 1 to 2 years, right? I'd like to see that. These would be thousands of stars every year. What was happening back then? Some weird variables, anyways. What does she say to this, and why I chose the why Chloe told me to do the Gwen Stefani song? She said, as any younger astrophysicist would say, this information is bananas. It's B-A-N-A. Science is wrong. A-F. That's what it is. It's banana. It's bananas. This is bananas. This doesn't make any sense. I've trained my whole life. I wanted to be an astrophysicist. I had a telescope. I wanted to look into the stars. And my professors told me, do you see that star there? It's 50 zillion years old. And I went, I believe you. I don't know. How do you know? A candle and a quasar and a whatever. Big Bang. We need it for evolution. That's why I just know. You can't ask. It is. So do me a favor. Get in the James Webb and confirm this for me. You got it. Teach. That's bananas. That's exactly the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. How do I fit this in my worldview? How do I fit this in my worldview? I can't. I can't. Fully formed at the giant. It's a problem. Okay. She continues. You just don't expect the early universe to be able to organize itself. If you want to know how the universe came to be according to the standard model, it organizes itself. I'm the universe and I'm making myself better. Got to organize over here. Pick up over here. Got to organize myself. This takes time. I'm the universe. I don't just I don't roll out of bed ready. This takes time. You imagine? It's the universe. You just don't expect the early universe to be able to organize itself this quickly. It's way quicker than we thought it would organize itself. These galaxies should not have had time to form. They just should. You crazy galaxies and you universe, you always got surprises for us. Let's take a time out here. Through all this really heavy research I've done so far. We're going to take a time out to really talk this through. What are you doing, universe? I had believed this about you. Me and all of my scientist friends didn't want there to be a God, and so we built this whole story predicated on there not being a God, and we told everybody that it was true. Do you see how bad this looks for us? Universe, who do you think you are? The universe is like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in your plans to convince the world that there's no God. I'm sorry. Next time, I'll try to get up earlier and get ready quicker so you can keep peddling this nonsense. I shouldn't do this late. These galaxies should have no... I probably shouldn't try to anthropomorphize this discussion. This is bananas, universe. I can't do this. Do you even... Universe, I have a job here, and I have a belief system that I'm paid to defend. You can't just come out all willy-nilly and not do what I thought you were going to do to defend my theory. You can't do that. Who do you think you are, universe? These galaxies should not have had time to form. There's no... These brats, they're just all brats. They're all secular, God-hating, naturalist, indoctrinated, brainwashed brats. That's what they are. They either can't think critically and just refuse to consider the idea that there's a creator, or they're so excited about their lofty, pharisaical positions of the priests of science and to be able to convince the world of their belief system that they're taking a beating here. They're taking a beating here. An intellectual beating. Well, I've spent about $150,000 on this degree here, and turns out I'm the guy, I'm the gal, I'm the scientist, and I'm totally wrong. Now what are we going to do? I hope they have a meeting afterwards. And I hope they have a meeting and they go, well, guys, this is the priests of science. You got Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Krauss and Michio Kaku and Richard Dawkins and Brian Greene. Jeff Green. I always get Brian Greene. I think so. Anyways, they're all meeting up and they're like, well, here's the problem. Whose idea was it to send that telescope up to take actual pictures? That was stupid. We should have just kept telling people to believe what we wanted them to believe. Now, there's pictures. What are we going to do? Well, if we tell them the universe is way older, double the age, then they're going to go, but wait. You told us that your predictions were accurate because we could trust you. And you said you were confident. Do this. We'll do a little free form here. How do we know how old the universe is? Okay, that's close enough. We do not know the exact age of the universe, but we believe that it is around 13 billion years, give or take a few billion. Oh, that's new. That's not what they used to say. By looking for the oldest stars, that's out. By measuring the rate of expansion of the universe, well, the expansion is accelerating. So how do you figure that one out? It's like this. I'm going to drive to the nearest town. It's 60 miles away. I'm going to start driving 30 miles an hour, and then I'm going to speed up. When will I be there? How do we know the Earth is 13.8 billion years old? By measuring how the universe expands over time. We can know what forms of matter and energy are present within it. Scientists confidently state that it has been 13.8 billion years since the Big Bang, with an uncertainty of less than 1%. That's a small number. When you put a period in front of the number, it's a small number. That means your certainty is more than 99. They were more than 99% sure. Based on what? Well, they saw how old the star was. Look at where are the oldest stars? Hey, oldest stars in the back. Can you just tell us how old you are? You could tell. Oh, we're the Hubble. Oh, you're 13.8. Okay, we got that number. Okay. Measuring the rate of expansion. How fast are we going? No, we're going faster. And there was inflation. It was super fast. We don't know. It's not consistent. 13.8 billion years. We're sure. You see the problem? You see why I'm so fired up about this? Over 99% certain that the universe was 13.8 billion years old. Well, either the universe is far older, or the universe has been in this exact state for its entirety. There's no beginning. Listen to me. The data is saying, I've been covering this for almost a year now. That's why I stayed up late, got this piece out. We're real-time journalists at this point. We are the media. I mean, not just me only, but content creators. We are the media, because whatever that is, isn't the media. This is so exciting. We are covering in real time the dissolution of the standard model. Look, Big Bang today, evolution tomorrow. I mean, evolution was like never viable anyways, but whatever. The people that you went to school and you gave your money to, or as a parent, you gave the money to your children, or you gave it to the school so they could indoctrinate your children, whatever. These yahoos, fully secular, 100% their presupposition of their philosophy is that they hate the God of the Bible. Whether it's the actual professor, which a lot of times it is, in biology and astrophysics and geology, or above them, into the Rockefeller area. Because we've obviously got the General Education Board influenced education system. At the textbook, what they're going to teach the kids level. They don't like God. They look at the NCSEA, which I'd love to pull up. NSCEA, whatever it is. National Center for Science Education of America. Listen. The Earth is kind of a big deal, and it's going to take a long time for it to form, because we see no processes even close to showing what, a building of an Earth or a moon or a sun would look like, so we got to get a long time. Plus, we need a long time for evolution. These imaginary changes don't happen quickly. So there's hand-holding. Astronomy, geology, biology, they're all just holding hands in this kumbaya, we hate God, secular deep time narrative that's falling apart in front of our eyes. A more than 99% confidence interval, that the universe is 13.8 billion years old. Well, it's either much older, it's always been here, or the speed of light is instantaneous in one direction. One of those three, and maybe more than one of those three, is now true. Welcome to the Matrix. Do you understand? When you go to your doctor and they say you've got to do this thing, and your intuition says I don't want to do it, or your teacher says you've got to do this thing, or whoever says you got to do this thing, and you go, well, why do I have to? What are the stats here? And they go, over 99%. How many people are going to go, I'll take the 0.5% or the point whatever 1 or 0.01 or 0.01. I'll take that. I'll take my chances because my intuition's so strong. Very few people. This is what we're up against today. You put your kids in the education system. You got to go to college to get some job that doesn't even exist. You can get some degree that isn't going to be applicable to whatever AI thing is going to be taking over your whole thing anyways. Got to go to school. They have to tell you this, and you have to believe it. 99. You know what would have been intellectually honest? 13.8 billion. It's a hell of a guess. This is kind of where we're at. I mean, we got some things that support it, but we don't know also. There's also comets. That's weird. 60-40. I do that a lot on this show. 60-40. Young Earth, I'm 70-30. Maybe now 80-20. Thank you, James Webb Space Telescope. I didn't expect you to help me with my confidence in this. But anyways, 99%. This is the problem. It's wrong. 99% wrong. Thanks for playing. Like Family Feud. Nelson and her colleagues, including Ivo Labe, I guess, they published their results in the February 22 in the journal Nature. Nature's a big deal. Started by Thomas Henry Huxley. Aldous Huxley's grandfather. Yes, Aldous Huxley of Brave New World. That's a fun factoid. No connection there. Yeah, we're going to start a thing. It's going to be Nature Magazine, and we're going to control the intellectual capital of science. We're going to tell everybody what to believe in the whole world. How about that? It's a good idea. Thomas Henry Huxley, the X Club. I got to do a video on that. I've covered it on the YouTube channel. The latest findings aren't the earliest galaxies observed by James Webb, powerful telescope, 350 million years after the Big Bang. Shrimpy compared to new galaxies. They need more data to confirm these galaxies are as big as they look. Another possibility is these are different kind of weird object, such as faint quasars or phasars, what I call them, which would be just as interesting. Fuzzy dots. Okay, let's check another one of these. AP. This is the Associated Press, which is really funny. They gave me like I think you can donate to them or some sort of information thing, and it was like, true integrity in journalism, unbiased. Right. I see you, AP, predecessors of Walter Cronkite's United Press racket. Okay. Appear to be massive galaxies within 600 million years of the Big Bang, suggesting they may have had a stellar fast track that produced these monsters. That's what it's suggesting. You know what it's suggesting? Is that apparently there was a fast track, because we know it was 14 billion years. We know that. It's definitely not suggesting that we could be wrong. Here's the spin. Remember, AP is just truth, man. AP is basically it's Latin for truth. Lead researcher Ivo Labe of Australia's Swinburne University of Technology and his team expected to find little baby galaxies this close to the dawn of the universe. Not these whoppers. While most galaxies in this era are still small and only gradually growing larger over time, he said in an email, there are a few monsters that fast track to maturity. We were mind blown, kind of incredulous. Basically, they weren't going to believe it. He calls these massive galaxies universe breakers. This pissed me off. Universe breakers. Does this break the universe? Is the universe threatened by human beings on Earth 14 billion years away from, I guess it's everywhere, whatever. You think that the universe is threatened, or that we are going to be breaking the universe? You think that's actually the power play going on here? We're breaking the universe because we're figuring out some things about it that we didn't know? I don't think that's the actual situation, no. It's not a universe breaker. It's a paradigm breaker, which to them is their universe, because they live in a world where they have to disbelieve in the God of the Bible, because whether they want to sleep with or whatever, they're mad or whatever. Universe breaker. No, it's a paradigm breaker. Let's be honest. It's a science breaker. How about that? It breaks science. It doesn't break the universe. The universe is fine. The universe is fine. It's not going to take any flack from this one here. The revelation that massive galaxy formation began extremely early in the history of the universe upends what many of us had thought was settled science. This is one of those drinking game parts. Actually, let's drink to that. We were mind blown. Universe breakers. Upends what many had thought was settled science. Yes, you thought it was settled science, and you thought wrong. You thought wrong. Sorry. Sorry. Universe doesn't give a refund on your stupid ideas. It turns out we found something so unexpected, it actually creates problems for science. It calls the whole picture of early galaxy formation into question. All right, we're starting to get into the meat and the potatoes of this thing. It broke the universe. It upends what many of us thought was settled science. And we found something so unexpected, it actually creates problems for science. Let me ask you this. This is an easy one. This is you can't get this one wrong. If your science predicts stellar celestial evolution over deep time, and you look at it and it turns out that they're fully formed. Was it good science? Should it really create a problem for science? You know what would have been a real safe play here? You go, hey, there's reasons to believe the universe is very old. There's reasons to say that we're not sure. You know how you avoid having a problem in science? Don't say that it's 99% sure. When you're probably wrong because you just refuse to believe that you're in a created order. If you're in a video game and you start asking your video game partner, Mario and Luigi, you go, hey, Luigi, how did we get here? I don't know, Mario. You know, this whole thing. You've heard me do it before. If you say, I don't know how we got here, but I can tell you that nothing outside of our Nintendo built us. When you start looking with some actual science, you're going to have problems with your science. If that's your theory, you're actually going to have problems. But if you were to say, like Luigi's talking Mario down here, and he goes, Mario, maybe it's something that made us, huh? Something made us from another place. I don't know. I cannot see it because I'm just in this thing. Maybe something made us, Mario, what do you think? No problems with that science. No problems with that science. That science is okay. Science is okay. Let's just break down what this actually means. You ready? The universe that is broken is their fragile pseudoscience and misinformation, natural secular science narrative that they've just concocted over centuries. Their universe is broken. And the problem in science is only a problem for them. I'm a young earth creationist. I'm an intelligent design advocate. This doesn't create a problem for my science. I'm celebrating. I've been celebrating all day. I was giggling, running around the house, telling my wife how excited I am. I shared on the Discord. You guys are on the right side of history. I made a dance video. On TikTok. That's how excited I was. I don't have a problem. My science does not have a problem. Because we're right. My science is better today. The problem of science is specific to the people who were wrong. And 99% sure of themselves. Pride comes before the fall, right? That's a saying. Hubris is one hell of a limiting factor in wisdom. That's a new saying I just made up. Like Bob Dylan. Half the people can't be right all the time. Some of the people can't be right some of the time. But all the people can't be right all the time. Something from the freewheeling. I don't know, it's been a while. Okay, I'm going to read one more article here. This is the CNN one. And I haven't read this one yet, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. I did one of my last shows. I finished with a CNN hit piece. Just to see some more unbiased media. Let's see what old Kinnan is doing on this. Webb telescope makes a surprising galactic discovery in the distant universe. Nothing to see here. No problems. We got this one. We have James Webb spots super old massive galaxies that shouldn't exist. This is the gradient of how news is reported. Space telescope uncovers massive galaxies near cosmic dawn. Webb telescope makes a surprising galactic discovery in the distant universe. Things are looking good. Hey, broke the universe, broke science. It's looking good. It's a surprise. That was a surprise out there. What you saw. They're just fine with it. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. That's what CNN's motto is. Astronomers have used the James Webb Space Telescope to peer back in time to the early days of the universe, and they spotted something unexpected. Space Observatory revealed 6 massive galaxies that existed between 500 million and 700 million years after the Big Bang. That created the universe. We're back to 99% sure over here, huh? Back to 99%. Let's read CNN's bullshit reporting. You ready? The Space Observatory revealed 6 massive galaxies that existed between 500 and 700 million years after the Big Bang. That created the universe. We're not concerned. Nope. The universe is broken. Our theory's falling apart just in chunks. But nope, definitely the Big Bang. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Big Bang's fine. It's the same thing. The discovery is completely upending existing theories about the origin of galaxies, according to a new study published Wednesday in the journal Nature. You want to see what cognitive dissonance looks like? Let me. If you watch CNN, and I don't think Fox is any better or much better. They're both owned by you know who, VR and VG. It's the same. It's just two sides of the same coin, but they give you the false binary, whatever. But yeah, this is really mind rot. Let's see here. After the Big Bang, that created, because we know it created the universe. Discovery is completely upending existing theories. The next line says that the theory is totally undoing the Big Bang. So this is how cognitive dissonance works. You want to see it in real time? This is surprising, but the Big Bang definitely created the universe. And the discovery is completely upending existing theories. Do you think that there are theories? Does anybody have any other theories that CNN might be talking about? The discovery is completely upending existing theories about the origin of galaxies. Nope. There's one theory. It's the Big Bang theory. Sure, they want to say our theory of stellar, whatever. But it's just a product of the theory of evolution. This whole thing about the theories are in trouble is the theory that they just said is proven, and it's in trouble. It's proven and it's in trouble. You don't understand it? We'll tell you. Okay? We'll just stay tuned. These objects are way more massive than anyone expected, said Joel Leha, assistant professor of astronomy and astrophysics at Penn State University, in a statement. We expected only to find tiny young baby galaxies at this point in time, but we've discovered galaxies as mature as our own in what was previously understood to be the dawn of the universe. Where we're at in the universe is exactly the same as 14 billion light years away. It's the same. The Milky Way, which they said, I'm sure they said formed 6 billion years into it, started to form, maybe 4, whatever, 10 billion years, 8, but whatever their number is. It's all just monopoly money anyways. This is the difference between what they believe and the truth. Ready? We expected only to find tiny, young, baby galaxies at this point in time. But we've discovered galaxies massive. The opposite. Not tiny, massive. Not young, old. Not baby, fully mature. The opposite. This is why it's upending their theory. It's literally the opposite. They believed a thing, and it was the opposite. They believed something, and the opposite was true. One thing was a theory. We see something expanding. We run some numbers. We expect hydrogen, deuterium, whatever. And the other one is a picture. Imagine that. Imagine like you're trying to we've had some animal death up here, unfortunately, because we live in northern Maine, and in particular the raccoons are absolute vagrants. Raccoons are absolute menaces. If you think they're cute, they're not. They killed a cat, and I think they've gotten 11 of our chickens so far. So the first 6 chickens that were killed last year, there was another cat around, and that morning just happened to be, he's like a stray wild cat, that the chickens were all taken out. 3 of them we never found. The other 3 were mauled in the yard. And I thought it was the cat, and I was really mad at the cat, and I tried to haze him and scare him and chase him away. And we're like, the cat did this, right? That's my theory. Here's the cat. Chickens are gone. Chickens are dead. The cat. Well, that was my universe being broken, because when we finally got wildlife cameras, it turns out it was raccoons, and they killed them all. So what you have then is we talked to the local people, and we said, the cat did it, and he comes around, and he's a strong cat, and we've seen him hunt the chickens. We'd seen him hunt the chickens before. He pounces, and the chicken's like, wah, wah. It wasn't the cat. It was raccoons. And what verified that was the picture of the raccoon. So this is what happened. They thought it was the cat, and then they saw the picture and it was the raccoon. And instead of going, holy shit, raccoon killed the chickens, they're going, yeah, I mean, that was the raccoon the one time. But really, it's probably cats or whatever I want to believe. Doesn't matter. And or also, my universe is broken and science is broken, but it's okay. Proof. That's called integrity. That is intellectual integrity right there. That is good science. That's not having a bias. That's not defending a narrative. That is intellectual honesty, when you can say two things at the same time that are entirely the opposite in defense of your system. The telescope observes the universe in infrared light, which is invisible to human eye, capable of detecting faint light. Scientists have determined the universe is about. They've determined. CNN. You got to understand the important of the solidarity of the message that you have with science, and academia and media. It's all just the same thing. And like, you just look at like the graduates of Yale and the Skull and Bones and the eugenicists. They just all hang out. It's like, you run CNN and I'll run the NCSEA, and you'll run the Columbia what is it called, observatory, and we'll just work together. Deal? Deal. Scientists have determined. Scientists did think is actually CNN. I'm going to you know what I want to do? Take a drink of coffee. I want, for a day, like the movie Big, to go be the editor, fact checker, advisor for CNN, just for the day. And I just want to go in with truth serum and just take whatever nonsense they're going to write and just shine some light, the truth of light of truth on them. That's what I want to do. Scientists have determined. You see what's going on in this article? The Big Bang Theory the Big Bang isn't a theory, it did create the universe. And scientists have determined that the universe is about 13.7 million years old. Forget the picture of the raccoon that killed the chickens. The picture doesn't matter. You know what? The picture doesn't matter. This is how they stay in power. Do you understand that? The picture doesn't matter. I saw it was a raccoon. I know it was. Nope, wasn't a raccoon. And if you think it's a raccoon, you're a conspiracy theorist. And you're stupid. You're a stupid conspiracy theorist because you think it's a raccoon. It's not a raccoon. The revelation. Revelation is, if you've read the book, it's really the end point. It's a big thing. It's a revelatory experience. The revelation. This is like the thing. This is the galvanizing message. This is the new information that changes everything. This is the final word. This is the cream of the crop of processing information. The revelation. The revelation that massive galaxy formation began extremely early in the history of the universe, upends what many of us had thought was settled science. Right? So we already have, what do we have here? Discovery completely upending existing theories. Big Bang is proven. The age is proven. The revelation upends. So we got upends. So they're just smoothing it out, right? Just smoothing it out. Upends what many of us had thought was settled science. We've been informally calling these objects universe breakers. Informally. It's not been formalized. It's not formalized. I mean, it's going to be hard for CNN to write. Surprising galactic discovery. Upending, stood on your head, everything you know was wrong, universe-breaking information, CNN. That's what this is. And they have been living up to their name so far. The galaxies are so massive that they conflict with 99% of models representing early galaxies in the universe. Which means scientists need to rethink how galaxies formed and evolved. The current theory suggests that galaxies began as small clouds of stars and dust that grew over time. We looked into the very early universe for the first time and had no idea what we were going to find. It turns out, we found something so unexpected it actually creates problems for science. It calls the whole picture of early galaxy formation into question. In my CNN Truth Serum I'm editor for a day, I renamed this article, Astrophysicists Break the Universe. All theories need to be all theories need to be revisited. 99% of models were wrong. And this development creates problems for science. That's how you write this article. Actually, it would be clickbaity. And in some places, media's like, I want people to watch this. That's what some people do. Not CNN. Nope. It's not about viewership. It's just about defending the narrative. Webb telescopes make a surprising galactic discovery in the distant universe. Yeah, ruined science, broke the universe. We weren't expecting that one, but hey, don't worry about it. Big Bang's true. 13.7 billion years. There's nothing to see here. Well, stay tuned to this thing, because this was yesterday. My guess, my scientific philosophic prediction, one of my videos or Eric Lerner's or somebody's videos are going to catch fire because of this nonsense, and they're going to go, they're anti-science. Of course, the Big Bang happened, and they're going to start sweeping the sun under the rug and attacking and censoring anybody who speaks against it. That's my guess. And guess what will stay as the prevalent mode of thought? You guessed it. The Standard Model. We don't know exactly when, but we're pretty sure, 99% sure. We don't know exactly how, because our theory is entirely upended, but we're definitely certain it's the Big Bang. And all signs point to there not being a creator. And you can know this, because although science isn't always perfect, we should still trust it. And science has proven that there's no God. It's that simple. And if you don't agree with me, it's because you don't understand science. And you're probably stupid. Or a conspiracy theorist. Or all of them. Science. Not that I have an opinion.